Hi guys, so welcome to another Asia ATM model video. And basically what you're looking at on my screen is a trade that I just completed like an hour ago for $527, I believe, or maybe 523. But basically it was a 1 to 10 risk to reward ratio. My entry was on this candle over here. Let me actually extend this. Yeah, my entry was on that candle. And my stop loss was right below this candle, so basically at the bottom of this 1 minute fair value gap. I do believe that this trade worked out because of the strong displacement we were already seeing. And I'm gonna walk you through basically what happened at the market open at 6 o'clock. Today is Sunday, by the way. And I'm gonna walk you through what happened then and then how I found this trade and why I was so confident in it. Or I was kind of confident, to be honest. So let's go over to 6 o'clock market open. Right, we have vertical line placed. Okay, so the vertical line represents 6 o'clock, which is when the market opened today on Sunday. And basically, we have this new week opening gap. Since it's not a big gap, like it's like actually less than like a point, I believe. Let's check. Yeah, maybe it's just like 1 point. I have this gray line right here representing the new week opening gap. It's just one of those draws on liquidity that like you can kind of rely on sometimes. But today it wasn't really that helpful, to be honest. We have the market strongly displaced into this 5 minute fair value gap. Now, I didn't have this fair value gap marked out on my charts, although I was on the chart like 30 minutes to like an hour like beforehand to the market opening. So I'm kind of surprised I didn't catch this. To be honest, I wasn't really as focused. I was watching the Chiefs game. Unfortunate loss, to be honest. But yeah, we displaced to the lower quadrant of this 5 minute fair value gap. Then we strongly displaced. So this is kind of like if you don't see anything like if you are a non-believer in ICT strategy and just like the entire framework of 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 the trading methodology, then this right here should really tell it all. It left the bottom quadrant, the 25 percentile range of this 5 minute BISI open, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. It left it open and it displaced higher, showing extreme bullish signs. So when we displaced, right, like I'm not really looking for any longs immediately because that's kind of like 6:30. Like I can't really take a trade within like damn near like the first 30 minutes of the market open. Although I did take this trade within the first 30 minutes, and I really don't ever do that, but it was just already so strong to me. So right here we have a 5 minute fair value gap that is formed, and on this 5 minute fair value gap, I'm looking to take a trade at the equilibrium of this point because there's also a 1 minute fair value gap. Okay, come on, reset. Okay. Yeah, because there's also a 1 minute fair value gap right here, and it's a breakaway gap. So I really just want to see it be left open. And let me mark that 1 minute. Okay. I want to see this breakaway gap be left open. So I had a limit order for 5 micros set right here. I didn't want to take 10 because I just like the market's moving way too fast and I don't want to risk too much money at this hour. And so, or in this current time, in the session, yeah, I didn't want to risk too much money. So I had the limit order right here. However, I did end up taking a trade in this 1 minute fair value gap only because we're consolidating within it. We have a local high right here, and there's a big not only is there buy side liquidity over here, but there's also a 15 minute, I believe, or yeah, 5 minute sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency up here. And I can show you down the 5 minute. And basically, I really wanted to see us displace through this 5 minute fair value gap to get to this liquidity. And my overall target for the night is this 15 minute sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. I really wouldn't have targeted this. My only target was like probably, it was actually this liquidity and this liquidity because these are equal highs right here. I could have held towards this liquidity, but to be honest, like what, 200 extra dollars rather than just taking the safe exit. Like I feel like what I did was right. But I got this target from Charmaine Trades Twitter. He pointed this out, and I really thought that was insightful. So thank you, Charmaine Trades. I know I shout you out a lot on this channel. So basically, we have this entry within the fair value gap. We left this little eensy bit of fair value gap open. And I don't really like to consider fair value gaps as being left open, but if we're not touching a certain part of the fair value gap, like in the bottom of it, then it's more reasonable to me that we're going to displace higher very soon. So we left it open after sweeping this little low right here. Then we start to, balance within the lower half of this fair value gap. So I take a long, and this is such like I honestly like this long a lot, only because of the fact that I like this long so much because of the fact that my risk to reward ratio was beautiful. $50 risk to make $500. A 1 to 10 risk to reward ratio is pretty difficult to come across in the markets. And so when a trade like this comes my way, like I take it. And basically, I took this trade confidently, also because I had a limit order down here where if this trade were to hit my stop loss, I'd just be looking for another entry down here. So it was like I had a backup plan. I had a plan A and a plan B. The plan A worked, thankfully, because I don't know what would have happened if my plan B came into execution. Maybe it, like, obviously that's a hypothetical situation. I can't really speak on that. But once we came over to this high right here, I started asking the market, please displace. I wanted to see the market displace like very strongly, especially because typically if I see a reversal, I just see a quick sweep of this high and then strong displacement down, and then that would mean okay, I have to kind of exit now. So once we took it with strong displacement, you can say market structure shift. I really stopped using that word, but it's important to understand what a market structure shift is and what displacement is. So once we took this high and we displaced, we came down, testing this 5 minute buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, testing this, I'm just gonna call it fair value gap, and we tapped into the exact equilibrium of it. And that's beautiful. That's exactly what I want to see. And look at that order block after tapping into half of it. So, and this order block can be denoted by these candles right here, by the way. So I only use the bodies for order blocks, by the way. So I'm just gonna make it orange, or actually blue, because I use orange for a different type of different type of structure. Okay, so we have that order block formed on the 5 minute, and let me just write that out so you can visualize it. 5 minute OB plus, so that means bullish order block. 5 minute bullish order block, and basically, okay, actually, the plus is supposed to go on the left side of it. I just realized. Yeah. So don't mind me. My bad. Anyways, we have this 5 minute order block and equilibrium of the order block, equilibrium of the 5 minute fair value gap. I really just now found out about the order block. I should have been paying attention to that, to be honest, but it's okay. Now now the next target for price after sweeping this high is this buy side liquidity. We take it out on this first move right here, but now want to see us displace above it because right here was just a sweep and then displacement lower. And I kind of was thinking about exiting my trade over here, but I decided not to and to let it play out because of my only $50 stop loss. So I didn't really have any reason to be afraid. $50 is a lot of money, but when it comes to big trades like this with the $500 take profit, like I have to just risk that, and I have no problem doing so. Now, excuse me. Now, basically, what we have here is the 5 minute sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency, as I said earlier, as you can see. So that was my very next target, the equilibrium of this, and I was honestly just thinking, let's displace through it. I want to see displacement through it because I want to see us go above both of these fair value gaps. This is a 1 minute fair value gap, by the way. I want to see us go above both of these fair value gaps with strong displacement to actually reach this buy side liquidity right here, and I have that marked out on the right side. Now, one thing that was kind of making me doubt the trade a little bit was ES. ES swept, displaced very low, and then came back pretty strong. But I was honestly very skeptical of ES's structure, but I'm just glad there were no early SMT divergences. Excuse me. I was just glad that there were no early SMT divergences that would have made me exit this trade prematurely. So yeah, altogether, we find that 5 minute sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency, and we run towards this buy side liquidity. Now, I don't know if my target for the night, this 15-minute fair value gap, is going to be hit or not. I'm not really going to wait to find out. Sure, I could have exited my trade at this buy side liquidity right here, all these equal highs, but at the end of the day, like, I took a safe exit. I don't know when it's going to start reversing, and obviously being so skeptical of price is like bad and it sounds paranoid, but as a day trader, you want to take a safe exit route. It's just part of my psychological game, and I'm very glad I did so. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and also tune into my Twitter. I kind of like pointed out some stuff on my Twitter, although I was actually talking about my entry down here on the Twitter, but I think like I'm providing some insightful messages on there, and It would help out if you liked, commented, subscribed, and followed me on my socials. And I really do appreciate it. I hope you learned something. Please comment if you did, because that's my goal. Like I want to teach you guys. I want to show you guys the beauty of like ICT trading and how it actually works. And I'm really glad that I got to like, make this trade today, and to many more.